Well, hello, beautiful people. Welcome to the stream. We are momentarily, there we go, we are back for a very quiet, chilled, short old kind of stream for a trip to Tahiti, because that's what we do. And we're mid-season, and we're doing well, I suppose, in that we're in a 5-way 1-point fight for the title. And, yeah, good times are being had by all, is what we're saying. Good times are being had by all. I apologise for going late, so we're going live so late tonight. I've been having a little mini celebration, so you know, it is what it is. But yeah, welcome in if you are in the chat, if you're in lurking, if you are wherever you might be. Welcome back to our little adventure in Tahiti, where we're going to bring in, hopefully, some new players to boost us, including Shang Xiaming, our former player. I do need to let some players go, actually, so I can afford to sign Xiaming, because he's going to be a bit more expensive than we have. I think we'll let Xiao Costa go, because I don't see that he is going to play many more games for us, despite being our giant defender. So that should free up a little bit of budget. Anyone else I want to let go whilst I'm here? There's got to be someone who is not on a contract, who is burning wage budget. Kevin Thomas, did I sign him this year or last year? This year, he's my Trinidadian centre-half. But he's also not great. I wish there was a way to work out how much of the wage budget he eats up. How much do I need to free up? That's the question. £57,000 a year. So, quick math. He is probably costing me £5,000 a year. There's got to be some other players with less potential that I could get rid of, to be honest. Collis is wanted by TAC. It'd be nice if TAC, who are after a lot of my players, actually came in for some of the players they're after. To be honest, that would be nice, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen for us, so we'll have a look and see who is in our reserves and youth team to get rid of. Oh, lots of players hiding there. Lots of players hiding in there. So that's nice. Hopefully, we'll find some things happening, because you know, that would be a good. Or find some. Let's get right. You can definitely go. We don't need the Italians. That I know they're all big, but they are wanted by other clubs, so we'll let these guys go. The era of the big man isn't necessarily over. It's just I do not have any budget whatsoever, and struggling to think of a reason I would keep these players that aren't on contracts if they are not going to play for me. So we've got to get rid of some of them. Probably, I don't really want to let Chris McCall go, but yeah, I don't think he's going to make it. Williamson's probably not going to make it. Killups, very unlikely. Pierre Delanoy, probably not going to make it here. Ramon, can say the same for. Get rid of those two guys. That should free up some wage. And these guys. Stockdale probably isn't making it. I would say Asa Harding's not making it. Mark Andrews, almost certainly not. Orlikowski might break through. Martano probably won't. Right, let's let these guys go. 23 players. Hopefully that'll offset the wage budget enough to bring Zhang Xiaming back in, because that would really help us. Hello Liam, how are you? realised, have I got my my Twitch thing? Oh, I'm very good, thank you. I'm very good. I have I've had to spend some time calming myself down today because the book is officially out in all formats now, and it was a bit exciting for me. So, just only took 30k off my wage budget. I'm guessing I still can't afford Shang Ming. Yeah, so it's been a bit of a indeed exclamation book, and you get a link to the book. It is available to purchase in all formats all over the world. I'm very excited. I'm very excited to be a publicized author. I know that's not a word, but Shakespeare got to make him up, so do I. That's my ruling. Let's see, can I get Shang Ming to agree to a contract? It's very unlikely at the moment, but let's give him a 50% sell on. He's taking it good. Shang Ming is back. Shang Ming returns to Tahiti after 6 months away. He went back to China for 6 months. They released him. He was pretty good for us. And that spot on the left wing has been one we've really been struggling to fill in his absence. So I'm actually quite glad he's back. Simon Sarks is going to go. That's nice. That's an extra weight off our budget, which is nice. Someone could... was he one of our players? No, he wasn't. Green was one of our players. He doesn't want to join TAC. Leduc is going to Papanu. That's good. Papanu have signed quite a lot of players. They must be looking for a good season. Shang Ming confirmed in the pocket. Beautiful stuff. Shang Ming. I feel bad for Pio because they want a lot of our players. So did TAC. And we're not going to play them. And our players keep saying no. Which is interesting. Papanu must be in the league below, and they must be in a good position. I'm so enjoying the fact that I can now see this properly. Not quite enjoying as much that was a good Swindon derby. Very enjoyable. A little bit stressful because I genuinely thought we were going to bottle the shit out of that. Papanu are bottom. How are they bottom? They've signed about 50 players. It was a good time. I enjoyed that. Liam II going out on loan to Tiara. He'll have a good time there. Let's give him a target if he'll allow it. He won't because I clicked the wrong thing. It's fine. He'll be happy there nonetheless. Yeah, I did enjoy the Swindon derby. Nice to see the first ever Swindon derby happening. I assume it's the first time we've played each other professionally. I can't claim I'm an expert, but I would hazard a guess that is a combination of clubs that have never met before. That would be the guess I would hazard. So we'll go with that and assume it's fact. But yes, we got through it, and yeah, feeling pretty good. Pretty good. So just responding to the old YouTubey comments because, you know, always helpful when I keep on top of that. Always helpful. Right, Shang Ming back in the country, ready to go and have himself a ball. We are in the Coupe de Polynésie, second semi-final draw, are we not? Was that not us in the draw? Was that not a thing I just saw? Did we get through that? I don't remember. I thought we went out of that, but I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. AS Taravao are still in it, which is crazy. Semi-final. AS Parai could end up playing their own reserves if they beat Tafana, but then Tofana's reserves could get through to the semi-final if they beat Poe. So it's entirely possible that AS Parai could play their own reserves in the cup, or in the semi-final, or Tofana could play their own reserves in the final, which feels a bit absurd to me. Does feel a little bit absurd, but it is what it is. It is just a thing that happens. You know, we'll accept it and have a jolly good time. A jolly good time will be had by most of the people involved. Most of the people involved, right. Evening, Simon. How are you? Welcome. We've just had the giant news that we've signed Shang Xiaming to come back to the club. So we actually have a left winger I can rely on again. Now I just need to find a right winger I can rely on again. And we're living the dream. Living the dream is what we're saying. Do need a right winger I can rely on though. I don't know if this guy will be it. We probably can't afford him anyway. Surely not. What's he want in wages? I would say that's very unlikely. Very unlikely. You can never rely on a right winger. It's true. It's true. Especially with this team, where none of the players I've put on the right-hand side seem to have put in any performances all season. It is a miracle that there is 1 point between the top 5 teams and we are one of those teams. Genuinely a miracle. I really like Tom Rowland, but I feel bad that I'm going to have to drop him to the bench. But he has been playing pretty well. But he's not Shang Xiaming. And Shang Xiaming is a boss of a player. On the right hand side, I think we're just using an inside forward. I know, it's a winger out of possession and a wide midfielder out of possession, which I think is what's causing some of the problem. Is that we don't really have anyone that can play as a right midfielder. Oh, we do, but both of the players that we have that fill that role, like Aglino can do it, but he's been rubbish all year. We might actually bring him in for this one, just because. Why does that put Collis in? I'm sure I've dragged Google.
So I'm confused.
There we go.
You want to be anonymous?
And welcome. I was not expecting your screen to end so quickly, but welcome.
But I guess you are.
To the chat.
Okay, the point is, you want to express yourself, but you don't want people to know it's you.
That's just going to be me.
Guess I'm just a riddle
Tracking
wrapped
me
in a mystery inside a bridge.
Thank you, welcome Raiders from A.
Look, I don't need you defending me on my work.
Around here.
I don't need you analyzing and interpreting me either. And in fact, I'm pretty sure I don't need you at all.
Sometimes.
Pretty sure.
Sometimes we do building cities. Sometimes you'll catch me writing because for those who are having a fun time, and since we've got humans, I casually released a book today, so that was fun. But welcome. So tracking, we might do a similar job. Possible. Sometimes we just rate food. It's true. Should we try that? Should we try pushing these guys both up and having them as trackers, because that might improve. I mean, it's been attacking output that's been the problem, but it can't hurt to try that for sure. For sure. But yeah, welcome out. I hope the rest of the stream that I missed when I switched on was good. I think we've only crossed over by about 10 minutes anyway, but I hope it was a good time. Hope you managed to find all those young players that you were looking for. Don't forget to hydrate, eat, all that good stuff. Highly recommend you do these things. I love that it's got Kit down as a raider from Ank, despite the fact that Kit is in fact a mod on the channel. That's interesting. But there we go. But welcome, Raiders. We are in Tahiti, because that's just the kind of craziness you can expect from me. We are chasing, and also already here, and we can chase down the title. We've got a 1 point splitting 5 people. So that's what, 1 point separates the top 5 at the halfway mark of the season. Very quick on the draw kit, beautiful stuff. So it's looking pretty good so far. We were playing last year with a team of giants. I have calmed it down a touch, purely because it felt a little bit cheaty, but also partly because I found a lot of Brazilian players who were better than the giants, in theory. So that's what we've done. But yeah, do welcome in. Feel free to chat, to ask questions, to have a good time, all that stuff that we encourage here in this part of the world, because good times are encouraged, and great times are especially encouraged. I really need to get a save command, don't I? Hey, book lover, welcome, book. This is not what you bargained for when we followed each other, but welcome. We'll give Book a shout out, actually, because we got acquainted the other night. Book is a writer and a fun hangout. So go say hello. Honestly, do go say hello, because they're a good time. I very much enjoyed hanging out. So yeah, lovely to see you here in chat. So I was bear with me 2 secs. I was setting up, and I completely forgot. I was setting up the saving. I'm good, thank you very much. I'm very good. I am on the come down from the book release, which has been fun. I've been a bit hyper all day. It's not been helped by the amount of sugar I've consumed, because I'm a non-drinker. So my friends and I went out and consumed quite a lot of hot chocolate, which is, yeah, not necessarily the best way to celebrate a book, but it is the safest way. But I hope you're well. I hope you're well. We're in gaming mode, because that's mostly what we do. So just setting up a stream elements command. Right, activated that. Freezing. Well, I can't help with that. It's probably a little bit warmer there than it is here, but then you're in a... Do you remember you saying you were in Pennsylvania? Was that a thing I remember? I have a notoriously terrible memory, but I seem to remember that was a thing you said. So I understand the cold. It's currently driving rain here as well, which is not fun. But to be fair, I also live in a slightly run-down town, so nothing here is ever really a good time, to be completely honest. But yeah, we are currently managing footballers, because that's what we do most of the time. But you know, we'll talk about anything. We have a lovely chat. We have a lovely community here in our chat. It is never a bad time for a hot chocolate. Everyone here is very lovely and very supportive and very very friendly. So you are more than welcome to hang out in chat. I hope you had a good day at college. You made your 8 a.m. the other day, after you got raided by just about everyone in the writing and reading category. It's a good time. We've just had a lovely raid from Ank, who is a lovely friend of ours from t'other side of the Atlantic. We love Ank very much. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. You're more than welcome to hang out anytime you like. It's very possible that I might switch to zombies in a bit, but we do like some Project Zomboid. It's good. I'm currently building a farm. in the zombie apocalypse, because and why wouldn't you build a farm in a zombie apocalypse? It's just the way we do things. But we'll get a few footballs in first, because why not? Why not do something crazy before we do something a little bit more relaxing? It's sort of, the zombies has become the backup plan tonight, because in case I'm still a bit hyper from the book and I need to calm a little bit. Went around midnight that night, couldn't fall asleep till 4:30. Come here and schedule got about 2.5 hours of sleep. I'm glad it was worth it. Yeah, it's a bit overwhelming when you get that first kind of few mass raids come in, and you're not used to it. It can be a bit overwhelming, but you did a very, very good job of handling it. I'm very proud of the way you handled it. So never let it get you. You've had that experience once and it didn't kill you, so it won't kill you the next time. You know, that's the way to look at these things. If it doesn't kill you the first time, it probably won't kill you the second, the third, or the 50th. You know, so you survived it. You've got that experience now. You've ticked off one of the boxes. You can talk about yourself all you like. You should tell people just how awesome you are. Never be ashamed to let people know that you're an awesome human being, because there are not enough of them in the world. That's the advice I give to everyone who is not a bad human being, and I stand by it, frankly. I always tell people that you should always thank yourself for being you, because the world is a better place with you in it. And I would say that to everyone in my chat right now, because I think that applies to all of you. I know most of the names I see in the chat, and I know most of you are in fact incredibly awesome people. So, and not just because you're here, but because, you know, we've interacted and I've got to know you all a little bit, and I genuinely think we've got a group of lovely people in. So that's a good time. We're still not having much luck with our team scoring the goals in Tahiti, which is perhaps a little bit more problematic. But, you know, I'm sure they'll figure it out eventually, because it's not a lot I can do to help them once I've sent them out there, to be honest. Wall comes in, it's all downhill from it. No, we love having you here, Wall. We do. You know we love having you here. Also, if you've not had a chance already, happy birthdays in chat for Wool, because we're celebrating the belated. It was Sunday, I believe. So I know I said it in Ank's chat, but many happy returns, belated happy returns, and may this year be as incredible as the ones that follow. Because, you know, it's every day from here on out is a learning experience that makes the days afterwards better. That's what I believe, and hopefully you'll come to believe that too. That's what I'd like. That's what I'd like to put out into the world, and it's the energy I'd like to put up in the world. Indeed, Simon, the birthday song. I would sing the birthday song, but unfortunately my voice is not quite tuned up today, which is probably a combination of too much hot chocolate, too many cigarettes, and frankly, a large group of us just cackling like children in the corner of a cafe. Because when my friends and I get together, it's basically chaos. So, jeez, how did you miss that? Basically chaos is what happens. Marcos Jose's decided he's going to be a goalkeeper today. It is the best kind of friendship. We have that kind of circle of friends where the jokes we make between us can't be repeated in a public setting that's being recorded for the interwebs, because I'll get cancelled. One of those awkward situations where your friend turns up with a bag full of rope and you just have questions. It was an interesting time. It was a very interesting time. I can't explain the full rope story, but I'll let your imaginations run wild, and you'll probably be reasonably close to figuring out exactly what that was. Yeah, my friend is a bit of a wild one. So there we go. Kit dropping the old shocked face emoji, like Kit's not used to this being something that might come up in conversation in a chat. I'm just saying, get yourself a friend who goes, I've got a date tomorrow night, I've bought some rope. If you don't have that friend in your life, I sense you might not be living life to its fullest potential. Or you are, and you're just more sane than my friends are. But good, I'm glad it turned out to be alright. That's what we like to hear. That is what we like to hear. Also, Stream Elements is going to kind of shamelessly shill the book. I haven't done that on purpose. I just forget how to stagger things on Stream Elements. I completely forgot how it works. So we'll just have to get over it and hope it sorts itself out. Oh, it's not living life to its fullest potential, at least haven't. Simon, you are living a pretty good life as far as I can tell. You have a lovely wife who gives you a lot of rope and you seem to enjoy the company of. I would say you are living life to a greater extent of its potential than the vast majority of people I know. So always count the blessings, never the curses, you know? Can Caracas score? Can we get 2 goals in one game? Nearly is the answer. I can't believe that was a thing that nearly came off. I genuinely thought he was aiming for the trees, and he didn't. So that was a good time. Yeah, we're like I said, I'm on a bit of a come down. I'm very, very grateful that Ank had a lovely chill soundtrack going for the stream tonight, because I was a little bit on a come down. So yeah, it's nice to be relaxed and a bit less hyper than I was yesterday. What I told your book was about, and she was like, "Is there something you need to tell me?" Well. As long as she's still in the house, Simon, you got away with it, right? So, I mean, to be fair, once you take all the decidedly queer stuff out of it, it is just a book about surviving and rebuilding one's life. So it's not as depraved as it could be. You can certainly type certain keywords into Amazon and find much more depraved stuff, which I learned the hard way when trying to figure out what category to put the book in on Amazon. I've seen some things I can't unsee. I've seen a lot of things I can't unsee in the last 24 hours, to be honest. We will find out on Friday. Indeed, see, this is so okay. Side quest. We'll wait for this to load. So I obviously ordered my copy of my book because I need one to show off whilst I'm doing my self-promotion, advertising it on the old YouTube. And my copy doesn't arrive until next Wednesday. But if you order it as a non-having written the book human, as a consumer, a reader, you get it on Friday. So for some reason, I can't. Anyone who's got Prime can get it immediately, but I've got Prime, but I wrote the book and I can't get it immediately. So go figure. But it is available worldwide. I know the link I've got set up in chat goes to Amazon Europe, but you can get it on .com. You can get it on Amazon India. You can get it on Amazon Australia. You can even get it on Amazon Japan, should you feel so crazy and wilding. And I think you can even get it in paperback on Amazon Canada. But I assume if you go to Amazon America, you can get stuff delivered to Canada. I assume that's how it works. Like, I'm sure Bezos will be, no, I can't send a van across a border. That's not going to happen. I mean, the guy can send a penis-shaped rocket into space. He can send a truck across the Canadian border, I assume. Hopefully tariff-free. Because that would be nice. But yeah, I'm quite excited to have the book out, and I'm even more excited that people actually seem to be buying it, which is weird. Genuinely, I'm a little bit befuddled by the notion that people have actually bought the book. If you are interested in reading it, but you do treat me too well. I wasn't speaking specifically to anyone in chat. I didn't know if you'd bought it or not. I don't know if anyone in chat has bought it. If you have, thank you very much. If you'd like to read it, you can go on the Kindle page. The first 4.5 chapters are on the look inside thing on the Kindle page. And also, if you are in Kindle Unlimited, you can, for the first 90 days of release, I believe, get it on Kindle Unlimited for nothing. Like a library book, like a Kindle library book. I don't get paid for it, but that's okay. It's about making people read it. I do ask that if you are kind enough to purchase the book, if you would be so lovely as to leave a review on Amazon, that would be very nice, because that would help me. You don't have to glaze me. You have to give it 5 stars. If you think it's a 2-star book, call it a 2-star book. I'm not gonna be upset by that, and it's okay. Payday is less than a month away, I imagine, unless it's not. That would be weird. But yes, so very exciting times. I will be probably doing a writing stream at some point tomorrow, I'd imagine, depending. I've got to record Friday's episode for the YouTube channel and edit that, and then I'll probably do a wee little writing session, and then keep the stream live so no one's streak gets broken, and then switch to some gaming is probably the plan, because I am in the middle of writing the second book, and this is weird for me, I've plotted the third book, or half plotted the third book, because I've decided I'm gonna do a book for my mother. I say for my mother, like it's not like some weird sentimentally thing. My mum really loves Christmas books. She reads Christmas books all year round, which is lovely. So I decided I was going to write a Christmas book. It's not going to come out until Christmas, because I'm not weird. I'm not going to stick a Christmas book out in July. But I have started planning a Christmas book. It's not going to be anywhere near as abrasive as this one, because it's a Christmas book. So it has to be very Hallmark Channel and very PG-13 and very chaste and lovely and kind and, all that good stuff that people like at Christmas time. Because it turns out you can't write a book about a misanthropic recovering addict at Christmas. It's not. Some people say that's not Christmassy. I'd contest those people are probably wrong, but what do I know, right? Like, it's Christmas, you do you. We're going to stick Keller and Caracas up top today, because I feel like they are our better strikers. Let's give that a go against Manu'ura, which sounds like a character from Star Trek. I'm sure there was a Klingon called Manu'ura. If there wasn't, there will be at some stage, I'm sure. Because that's just kind of what happens. But, yes, this is our team. James Dunn I didn't intend to have James Dunn still in the team. He was kind of in there as a stopgap for a player that was suspended. But you know what? He didn't do anything horrible, so we'll put him back out there. That's okay, book. Have a good evening. I will probably be around for a couple of hours, I would suggest, so feel free to stop by. Like I said, we may have switched to some zombies by then, but even if you're scared of zombies, it's not really an intense zombie game. It's all very old-fashioned, and like I said, we're probably going to be doing some farming around the zombies today, so it'll just be me playing with chickens and cows and maybe some rabbits. Who knows? Who knows? Might even find a pig if I'm lucky. Because, you know, you've gotta be sustainable and all that. Just a lovely chill one, you know. Right, underway. Looking at it. Excellent. We'll see you shortly. We are not scoring goals. Come on, score goals. I know this is tactically deep, but most managers, Pep doesn't know this, Klopp doesn't know this, Slot certainly doesn't know this. But the secret to football is that you score more goals than the other team. And then people give you shiny things. It's a fun one. It's a fun little secret. Really fun little secret. They don't tell enough people, to be completely honest with you. But I'm going to break the code. I'm going to pull back the curtain. I'm going to teach some footballing. And winning is how footballing is supposed to be achieved. Not that we've been doing the greatest job of it lately, but we are still very much in this title fight, and yeah, we're looking reasonably not awful, to be honest. It was close. But yeah, so I hope everyone in chat's doing well. Feel free to drop your randomest thoughts. In fact, what is the randomest thought you've had today? There you go, there's a lovely talking point for chat. Give me a randomest thought. Oh, that was nearly a penalty. It was a penalty. Oh, my words. Ah, my word. James, I was just saying how you didn't do anything I hated. Who do I think is the best manager of all time? I think the best manager of all time, I always have the same answer that I do when I get asked who... That went in the net, by the way. I always have the same answer that I do when people ask me who the best player of all time is. It was Johan Cruyff. I consider Johan Cruyff the greatest player and manager of all time. I think the things he did with Barcelona were unbelievably impressive as a manager. He's one of the rare examples of a player who takes over the club they played for and is a success. I am also biased. He is my favourite player of all time. Or one of my favourite players of all time. Him, Hoddle. Hoddle's up there. Actually, Hoddle will be up there in my list of managers too. But certainly, if I was going for a definitive, I would say best manager of all time, Johan Cruyff. What a genius. I would love to see Glenn Hoddle back in football as a fan. But he's had a lot of health problems recently. And I don't think he's up to it. And if you dig deep enough on my channel, in the deep archives of my channel, I made a video on the day he had his heart attack a few years ago, and I barely kept it together. Like, I was pretty devastated at the thought that we came close to losing Sir Glenn. because I fucking love that man. That man gave me more joy than I was ever destined to have in my life. Di Canio. He did a good job when he was managing Swindon. Don't like him politically. And I do always have that asterisk next to him as a Swindon manager, where he largely did it by outspending everyone around him. I think that's the thing that I always think is the asterisk, that we never really got to see how good he was as a manager, because he essentially just brought in a large number of players that cost too much money. But also, definitely not popular at Sunderland, full of himself and his own ego, didn't last long. That's true. That's very true. He did sub off a goalkeeper mid-game and got angry. That's also true. It is worth noting as well that that season, and anyone who's interested in this can look this up, that season we signed 4 Italian players. And we all thought, oh, this is cool. We've got a bunch of Italian players that have played for big clubs. Anyway, if you search the word Calciopoli, it turns out that within 2 years, most of them were banned for match fixing. In fact, I think all of them got banned for match fixing whilst playing in Italy. And it appears they came to play for Swindon to avoid being arrested by the Italian police. So, yeah, that was a wild season. I think many people are aware of that part of the Di Canio story. That all these fantastic Italian players he signed were in fact on the run from the law. Hello, Liam in YouTube. How are you? So confused. We've got 2 Liams again. My brain did 2 Liams again. Anyway, yeah, welcome. Welcome back to Tahiti, or indeed to Tahiti for the first time. I think you've been in Tahiti with us before. I recognise the name, I believe. Yes, welcome. We are chasing the Tahitian title if we can score some bloody goals. It does feel like our number one stumbling block right now is that we can't score any goals, which is problematic. Also, Di Canio's support of Italy's fascist tradition. Yeah, that's my biggest bugbear with Di Canio. Liam, we are managing a club called AS Taravao Athletic Club, which is a bit of a weird name because they're literally called Association Sportive Taravao Athletic Club. So they've just put Athletic Club in there twice in 2 different languages. Figure. We are, the Roman salute was a thing. We are in the top flight of Tahitian football. Chasing shortly, we will be starting to compete in shortly the Oceania Champions League. I don't think we've had the draw for our group yet, but it's coming. And I'm hoping we get at least one team from New Zealand so we can assert dominance early. Only time as a supporter I've turned my back on the club was when he was appointed. It's fair. I think we've all probably had that manager at our club. For me, it was Roy Evans, because he was a bit of a twat. I'm managing my team West Ham. Wow, that's always a fun one. I do occasionally... It's weird because I've had bad experiences in real life with West Ham fans. They're not my favourite fan group, and I don't mean this is an offensive way to all West Ham fans, because I know hashtag not all West Ham fans. But I do enjoy a West Ham save. It's a fun youth academy save, because you do get some quality players coming through at West Ham. You can go a bit Ajax with West Ham on FM if you try, if you really sort of dig into it and make it a deliberate point. because for those who are maybe a bit newer to FM, or maybe this is just not a nerdy thing you've covered, I love how my website is now not working as a thing. You can have a good time bringing through youth, and you do find if you look a couple of years into the future, you'll find that the players getting released, the young players getting released by West Ham, are actually usually good enough to get in a League One team. West Ham's craze could probably get relegated. It's true. It's sad as well. There are certain clubs that I think of as being like essential core Premier League teams. I consider West Ham one of them. Like, I don't consider them to be like a, top end team, obviously, because I can read. But they're one of those teams I always expect to be like a comfortable mid-table Premier League side. You know what you're going to get from West Ham. They might pick up an FA Cup or a League Cup or whatever occasionally, but realistically they're mid-table. Maybe they knock on the door of Europe. But it does seem to have been a little bit downhill for them. The website's not working. Interesting. It should be. Tis working. Oh, let me. Yeah, it is. Should be fixed. Yeah, there we go. It should be fixed there now, and it should work. Yeah, there we go. It's not finished yet. I sort of realised that after I released the book that I should probably have some kind of authorial website, but I will be uploading copies of all my journalistic portfolio on there, and if I can find it, probably some of my poetry will go up there as well, because I do occasionally do some poeting. Because the owners need to get out when we won a European trophy, and May 2024 went from Moyes to Lopetegui, Potter, and now Nuno in just a year and a half. 4 managers since May 2024. It's true. 4 managers since May 2024 is obscene. That's an obscene number of managers to have gone through. Apparently Eduardo Luis does that role really well, but it seems that Eduardo Luis has no pace whatsoever. He's going to be quicker than Guglino. He's not quicker than Guglino. While I remember, let's take Chappie off the right back role. Already Golo still out for another week. Alright, well, I guess James Dunn keeps his place. James Dunn, our young hero from Gibraltar, could be a good player for us, actually. Could be a really good player for us. He's not made it through to any of the Gibraltar teams yet. As far as I'm aware, I don't think he's played for the under-19s yet. But you'd have to think he'd get there eventually, because we must be on a par as a league with Gibraltar. Sadly, there's no way to really tell without comparing sort of the best 11 in both, but it's a little bit hard to do. AS don't seem to know how to run a club after one of the first time 43 years. It's true. I mean, I always think when you get a club that has gone a while without a trophy, you know, once winning has stopped being a habit for a club. We see this all the time. We see it with like Manchester United and everything. It's much harder to rebuild after that. Short stretch for you this evening. Sorry to miss the scrum. Catch up later. Fair enough, Simon. We'll see you soon. I know it's a late one, but yeah, had to have a calm down. We'll see you soon. You will, of course, get access to the catch up on the VOD bit of the channel. For those of you who might want to get caught up a little bit. I say get caught up. This is stream 37. For the love of God, don't sit and watch all of it, because it's at least a week of your life gone if you binged it. But you can go to the YouTube channel and you can find all of the VODs from the start of this save, from when we started out in Greece, to our time in the National League North, to our time in the Scottish League 2, right up to now in Tahiti. We got promoted the season before last. We very nearly won the title. I just realised I haven't fixed the other website thing. Let me fix that whilst... Oh, we've just conceded a goal. Right on cue. Let me make sure I find the timers website. Fixed. Good. Lovely. That won't break again. That's good. Yeah, so Pride beating us is a problem. I'm going to encourage the players. We're going to see if they can do a thing better than they currently are doing things. Like I said, we'll be doing a sort of short FM stream today, and then we'll switch to zombies, because I do feel like I need the zombies in my life. I feel like it's one of those nights, you know? But, of course, we did have to get past at least the halfway point in the season. We are not doing well in this game. Everyone needs zombies. They do. And for those who've never seen it before, or might be interested in the genre, or might just want to see me potentially die, we play Project Zomboid. It's an isometric 2.5D, I suppose, zombie survival game. It is the most realistic zombie survival game available, in that you have to do not just killing of the zombies, but you have to find supplies to survive. You have to feed and wash and otherwise your character. You have to build and scavenge and all sorts of stuff, and skill up your character and all, basically. And like I said, Brinkado scoring it. As I said, we're going to probably do a little bit of farming tonight, because you can literally run a whole farm if you choose to. And I believe we've gathered a bunch of seeds. We've got some chickens already. We've got a rabbit. I probably need to find the rabbit a friend or two, but we'll get there when we get there. I have identified where I can at least find some cows and pigs, so that's helpful. In fact, we might have to go and grab some cows and pigs when we get a second, and we'll build a lovely cow. And in fact, I'll have to do some woodwork before I get some cows and pigs, because I've got nowhere to store the cows and pigs at the moment. That's going to be important. But you know, well, bit of base building, bit of casual base building, you know, for the apocalypse. Let's have a rethink of this tactic a bit in a second. First of all, these guys have not been very good. I almost came straight up with the Zomboid tonight, but I thought I'd get us past the halfway. It just felt like a good thing. For YouTube, Liam, I don't know if you're still out there. If you'd like to join us for the zombies, you'll have to switch over to Twitch once we go to that, because I can't play Zomboid live on YouTube, because some of the music in the game is copyrighted, and there's not a streamer audio mode, unfortunately. So just a heads up in case you'd like to join us for that. It's a good time, though. It is a good time. We do have some fun. Right, let's figure out how to replace all these players who are having a nightmare. Right, Dupere off the pitch. First of all, Guglino off the pitch. We'll stick Luis out there. Apparently he can do it. Replace Dunn with Potter, Camacho with Perez, Keller with Marcos Jose, and that's all of our subs. That's all she wrote. Good. Great times. Great times. Okay. We just need one person to score a goal. It doesn't matter which one person. As long as it's a person and they score a goal. I know. It's a wild notion, but we do need someone to score a goal. So that's fun. It was close. It was close. Naza made a save, which is lovely. If only he'd made a couple more, we'd probably be in a much better situation. But alas, it looks like the wheels are coming off. I was sort of hoping Shang Xiaming would be the answer, but he hasn't been. And we need for him to be the answer a bit. Also, a very unusually bad performance for Caracas. I am thinking maybe we build a 4-2-3-1. It's possible we could pull that off 3-0 down. It's possible we can pull off a Gagan, should we feel so inclined. We do kind of have the capacity to pull it off. If we try, if we're lucky, if we dream hard enough. Let's get the right screen back up. There we go. Yes, anyone else got any other random thoughts, passing thoughts they'd like to share in chat? Anyone seen any good movies lately? Read any good books? Listened to any good songs? I don't know. Ridden any good horses? Witnessed anything funny in the street? You know, we can talk about anything here. Anything we like. Anyone watch Pluribus? And if so, what do you think? I have not personally seen Pluribus. Let me have a check. Should this be? Is this a thing I should be aware of? Walked around Swindon, so I think you know what I've seen. Was it rain and pigeons? Pluribus is an American post-apocalyptic science fiction TV series created by Vince Gilligan for Apple TV. Well, I enjoy post-apocalyptic science fiction. That might be one of the books that I'm working on. And I have been known to enjoy some of Vince Gilligan's work. So maybe I'll check it out, but I will I'll have a look. I'll see if I can find it. I very much enjoyed Vince Gilligan's writing on the X-Files and the Lone Gunman. It will possibly surprise people to know I'm not a Breaking Bad fan. So I also never watched Better Call Saul. It's not personal. Just never got into it. But yeah, I do otherwise quite enjoy Vince Gilligan's work. He wrote some very, very good X-Files episodes. Thank you for the lurk, Benny. What's that called? Welcome to Derry. Is that the Stephen King adaptation? Why do I have a feeling that is a Stephen King adaptation? It is, based on it. It's on Netflix here. Is that right? Is it on Sky Atlantic? Actually, it's still called Sky Atlantic. But yeah, I will add Pluribus to my list. I shall. I'm not going to pay for Amazon TV. I will sail the seven seas and find it. But I do enjoy a Stephen King adaptation. I do. It's on Sky Atlantic. Excellent. I think we were talking about Stephen King adaptations the other day, actually, weren't we? Because I mentioned one of my favourite books and TV series, because it got adapted, is 11/22/63. It's incredible. It's a beautiful piece of work. I also enjoyed Under the Dome, which is another fantastic book that became a very, very good series. One of my favourite books of all time. And actually, if Kit's still around, this could be a good Kit recommendation, actually. Let me find it. This could be a good Kit recommendation. If Kit's still in the old Twitch chat, check that book out if you've not read it. It is a life-changing read. Absolutely life-changing read. It is part memoir, part essentially writing course. It's fantastic. Stephen King wrote this book that is a writing course based on his own life experiences. Sort of talks about how he became a novelist and how he mastered his craft through the things he experienced. It's a beautiful book. It's incredibly well written. I have recently been watching. I've been on a bit of an older TV binge recently, so I've been watching Marvel's The Runaways. Binged that, love that. My favourite comic book of all time, and it's a great adaptation. I recently started watching The Mentalist because for some reason I'd never seen it. And I've been re-watching Dead Like Me, which, if you've never seen Dead Like Me, check it. It's so funny. Really short plot synopsis of Dead Like Me is that an 18-year-old girl gets killed by a falling toilet seat and gets forced to become a Grim Reaper. And it's so funny. The new Scream movie, that's a thing? Scream 7. My word. We're at Scream 7 already. I say already, it's been 30 years. They've had plenty of time to make 7 films. It's still got Neve Campbell. I fucking love Neve Campbell. Neve Campbell's on the waifu list, I'm just saying. Courtney Cox. Joel McHale's in it. Fucking love Joel McHale. Do I recognise anyone else in there? Well, obviously Matthew Lillard. Everyone likes Matthew Lillard. If you don't like Matthew Lillard, you're not human. So that's just science. And where do I know McKenna Grace from? It can't be from her being on the Disney Channel. I know the name. Where do I know her from? It's going to be something really random I know her from. Let's have a look. What do I know her from? Captain Marvel. That's where I know her from. Captain Marvel. And the Vampire Diaries. Those are the two things I know her from. She was obviously much younger then, but there we go. I did know who she was. But I'll probably sit and watch Scream 7 because I've seen the other ones. So actually, I've not seen 6. I don't think. I may have seen 5. It's one of those things where I'll essentially watch a Scream film or anything really, as long as you put Nev Campbell. You can put Nev Campbell in pretty much anything, and I will sit and watch it because I really, really enjoy her work, and I enjoy looking at her. I'm simple. I'm a very basic human being. From the second I first saw Party of Five, to The Craft, to Wild Things, I'm a fan. She's also very good in The Lincoln Lawyer. She hasn't aged at all in the last 30 years. She does not look any older now than she did when she first appeared in, like, Party of Five. It's wild. And Party of Five came out in 1994. Figure that one out. How has she not aged? What is she eating, and when is she going to tell us? Is she eating the souls of the young? It's possible. It's entirely possible that she just feasts on the souls of the young. If she does, good for her. I support her. That looks like it's telling me there's a Champions League coming up. She looks incredible for 52. You cannot tell me she looks 52. You'd struggle to tell me she looks 42. She is 12 years older than me and looks 12 years younger than me. And I should hate her for it, but I can't because I love her too much. So that's it. If you saw it for the first time, late 30s would be a reasonable guess. Be a reasonable guess. That's right. She's getting closer to me. She's currently seeing a British director, so she's working her way down the food chain. She'll get to me eventually. That's the hope. That's the hope. She's working her way down to me. But yeah, in terms of other things I've been watching, I've just downloaded Mythic Quest and Side Quest to watch. Because we love some Rob Mack, and I love a side quest. So there's that. I have been rewatching Dark Angel because it's phenomenal. Lost Girl as well. Bloody love Lost Girl. I say that I've been watching. I think I've put the TV on once in the last 2 weeks, and I was binging Dead Like Me. So, make of that what you will. Am I being told he's available because he's a player that might want to sign for me? I very much doubt it. No. My favourite type of movie? There aren't many types of movies that I don't like. I quite enjoy a horror film, but not a slasher. Like, I like a good, sort of more thrillery, psychological horror. I love a rom-com, which is a surprise to nobody. Love an action film. Quite happily sit and watch most action films. They don't generally have to be good, to be honest. I like... I watch quite a lot of foreign cinema, actually. 30 players for the Champions League. I mean, I've got 5,000 players, but 30 players is mighty generous. And there's no requirement for them to be trained in nation. Oh, yes, please. Yes, please. Yeah, I'm quite often found watching sort of character dramas from France, Italy. Sweden does some incredible films. What happened if we made a movie title and added with big naturals to the title? Amelie with big naturals. I mean, Elodie, that was low-hanging fruit. I mean, I think you're looking for what's eating Gilbert Grape with big naturals. Just throwing it out there. Just putting it out there into the universe. How is Quentin Asda getting on our squad list? Surely not. Can we think of a good reason, chat, where I would need to register 5 goalkeepers for a European or for a continental trophy? Can we think of a good reason I'd need 5 goalkeepers? I would struggle to make the argument that I needed 5 goalkeepers. Is it what's eating Gilbert Grape's big naturals? Indeed. I probably want Des on the bench because, or Des to be available at least, because I do pick him quite a lot. Who else do I not need? I think I've ever used Ben Mitchell, so we'll put Andrew Potter in our squad. Anyone else standing out? And we'll keep Anderson there, but he's been a bit meh. I can't imagine why I would play Juan Fabian when I've put Juan Fabian in the squad when I've got no Rafael Keller, because he plays a lot. As much as I love Ben Churchill, I don't. In fact, we'll put Fabian on for him because I think Ben Churchill's not likely to get the nod in a continental game. And anyone else missing? Anyone see anyone else I use a lot missing? I don't think there is. I think that's probably fine. We'll go with that. There we go. Job done. So we must be getting a group stage draw eventually. We have one. I've missed it. We have. At least year 2000 French cinema has given my age not so low hanging fruit. That's true. It's true. We've been drawn with Auckland City. Ley City Football Club and Tafea. Now, Tafea are from Vanuatu. They're a good time as a club to manage if you want to try a South Pacific save. Tafea are a good time. And Ley City from Papua New Guinea. Well, do they have any players that are any good? Let's see. He doesn't. Our stature in the game isn't big enough. How dare you, sir? How dare you, sir? So I guess that's coming up in the near future, I'd imagine. Where is Mama New Guinea? It's a great question. It's a great... I mean, to be fair, I kind of did that to myself because it is actually pronounced Papua New Guinea. But I'm glad you kept on top of that. That was good times. All our Champions League games get played back-to-back, chat. They get played back-to-back. And they're a long-ass way away. I think... How long have we been streaming for? How long have we been up? About an hour and a half. I reckon we'll play 2 more matches then Zombie. Because it's midnight. It's kind of the zombie hour. We will, of course, before anyone asks the question, we will, of course, have a game of Scrandle in between. Of course. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We'll play some Scrandle. Nobody panic. Can't be letting everyone down and not playing Scrandle. I've largely over the same team for this game, although Potter, he won't get hurt if I play him. Yeah. So if you're still here from Ank's raid, thank you for being here. First of all, you are loved and appreciated, and do join in with the fun that is Scrandle. Essentially, it's going to show us 2 different foods sold in football grounds at a time, and we're going to decide which the people who voted upon their quality decided was the best of the 2. It's sort of the most coherent explanation I give. Basically, we sort of play it where we look at it and go, which of these do we think we would prefer to eat based upon quality and price. That tends to be the game. And sometimes we look at stuff and realise that we wouldn't eat that at all because it would make us terribly sick. And when I say terribly sick, I mean unbearably, ungodly sick. So, do be around for that. It's good fun. Probably more fun than us keep trying to lose games. I meant to go to that 4-2-3-1 as well, didn't I? Balls. And I'm betting they didn't fix it so you can do it mid-game on the patch. I would reasonably guess that's not a thing that has been fixed. If anyone knows otherwise, let me know, but, you know. What's the best stadium food? I'm guessing that's what's the best stadium food I've had. Oxford City. We see it pop up on the Scramble a lot of the time. So you've seen how good some of it is. It's all the food there is incredible. They used to do, for a while, I don't know if they still do, they used to do a banging burger, but in a football designed bun. Like, the bun was designed to look like a football. It was pretty special. Try to spot prospects for transfers to develop my save. Every couple of seasons I look in Belgium for new gens. It's fair. That's a good excuse for a trip to Belgium too, I suppose. Okay, we've got a free kick. Can we score? No. But the important thing is we tried. Not biased, but Swindon do a 10-inch sausage roll and it's unbelievable. It's not bad. I'm not the biggest fan of sausage rolls. Like, if I'm hungry mid-game at the county ground, I will eat one. But I have learned to go to the burger van on the way in. Like the proper burger van, not the weird one in the fan zone, because it's a bit hipster. Purely because at football, I quite enjoy a burger. I think burgers are the perfect football ground food. That was a great save. Bit cocky on the old juggling, right? But it was a great save. I do like a football ground burger. So that's usually my go-to at any game. But we don't sell them in the county ground because why would we sell something that I want? So I do occasionally, if I want a mid-match snack, I'll go for a sausage roll. I like a good pie. It's really rare you get a good pie at a football ground. When I went to Supermarine to film the video at the start of the save, the pie I had at Supermarine was fucking world class. And it was like £4 for that and a cup of tea. And it was freezing. It was fucking freezing that day. Not the tea or the pie, the weather. But I had a chicken and mushroom pie, and it was better than chip shop quality. We all know chip shops do the best chicken and mushroom pies. We don't know why, but we know that's a thing. It's just the law. But oh yeah, this was Volcano Hot Rod. Yeah, that chicken and mushroom pie, absolutely stunning. Leo's off to the Supermarine game next. Can't wait to try some food. Do it, mate. Do it. Grab one of the pies. They are banging, mate. They are absolutely banging, and they're a bargain. They are cheap as fuck. Cannot recommend. 10 out of 10 on Scrandall. Facts. Especially, yeah. Definitely get involved, Liam. Get involved in the Supermarine pies. They are quality, and you'll enjoy the ground being surrounded by little ski chalet type buildings. It's really cool. If you like a bit of a ground hop, even if you don't want to watch the rest of the series on the channel, check out episode 0 of my Supermarine save on YouTube. I did a little tour of the stadium thing and a match day vlog and all that kind of, standard YouTuber-y shit. But we had a little look around the ground. And all of the stands and stuff are designed to look a bit like ski chalets. And it's really cool. It's a really cool environment. It really is. Kind of thing I wish FM had the ability to recreate. And it's obviously been done because they've built this ground as cheap as they possibly could get away with. I get that. I fully understand that, obviously. But it looks great. It looks fantastic. Such a unique ground. I've never seen a ground like that. And I've been to a lot of non-league grounds. I dread to think how many non-league grounds I've been to over the course of my life. Especially because I'm not really a ground hopper, so I don't keep a list. I don't have I've got to tick off all of the 92 kind of mentality, because it's just not that deep. But it's very hard to bring up a non-league ground, I suspect, at this point, that I've not got a story about having gone to, either as a player or otherwise. A very, very few. Shall we have a go, see if it will let me use a preset now after the update? No, that's never working now. Don't talk daft, that can't be working now, surely. Alrighty then. We are a go. That brought me joy. That's working now. So that hopefully should give us a something to make. Is that better that way? It is better that way around. Alrighty then. That's just gonna be that's fine. We'll make that work. We'll make that work. Can they track from there? They can track from there. Hello, boys. Right. That's that. Keller in that position. Perez for Camacho. And thus completes our subs. Let's win this game. They finally fixed it, Liam. They've fixed it. I thought we'd have a gamble on seeing if it had been fixed. And it looks like it's been fixed. All the players are where I put them. We're living large. We are living large. Great times all around for us, as they say. Let's go very attacking. I feel very attacking. That's what I'm going to say. Very attacking. 40 minutes to go. Oh, sorry, 40 minutes past midnight. We are heading for Scrandle o'clock. We'll discourage long shots. Oh, Marcos, why are you hurt? That's careless, mate. Don't get injured. Only losers get injured. That's unfair. Either way, don't be injured. It's unkind. Frankly, we are slipping out of this title race today. Also, I'm really liking the it's a shame there's no way to minimise this and just admire the artwork they've done in this background, because it looks so good. It looks so good now, the dressing room artwork. Well, I just want to properly admire and appreciate it and, you know, just enjoy it. Why are your players struggling in front of goal? At the next game, considering after the fans, but arrows around the opposition's goal. Help my players, it can't do any harm. That's a cracking answer. That's fantastic. I'm here for that as an answer. That is the answer I was looking for. Leave to physio. Lucky to draw, apparently, against AS Dragon. Yeah, I don't know why there are OFC games being played at the moment. Why is that? Is that registration perhaps just on its own? Maybe everyone. I was like, is that a what? Anyway, we are going to win the Champions League. I'm going to put that out there in the universe. We are going to win the Champions League because Auckland can't be that good. Right. Also, fun little quirk with the OFC Champions League, for those who aren't familiar, which I'm going to boldly assume is probably everyone, although if you are familiar with the OFC Champions League, in chat, do tell me, is that, and I forgot this is why the groups are played all in 1 week, is because they're played on neutral territory, in theory, neutral territory. But basically, everyone it's a bit like the World Cup. Everyone travels to a host country and they play the group games there, and then I think they separate out for the knockouts into two-legged ties. It's usually New Zealand. It's almost always New Zealand on FM. But if we look at our fixtures for the Champions League. Oh, hello, we're playing in Vanuatu. We're playing in Vanuatu at the Port Vila Municipal Stadium. That's fun. That is Tafea's ground, I believe, so they should be the home team. They are. Wow. Alright, so yeah, we'll be doing it. That all kind of happens over the course of the groups, as they all kind of happen in the same stadium. I don't know if all the groups are at the same I don't think they are. There's probably a way to see the groups somehow. I assume, let's have a look. Are they all being played in Vanuatu? I can't imagine they are. Stade de Hienge. So the Stade de Hienge group is being played in New Caledonia. The Lossie Auckland FC group, where is that being played? I guess that's in New Zealand. Lawson Tama Stadium, that must be Auckland's ground, surely? No. Where's Lawson Tama Stadium? It's... Oh, they're playing in the Solomon Islands. There you go, that group's in the Solomon Islands. Group B. And then Group D, where our league rivals AS Taravao are playing. Where are their games happening? Are they being sent to New Zealand? Churchill Park, New Zealand. Absolutely. Which is odd, because they haven't got the club that plays there in their group. I don't think. Doesn't look like it. Cool. Churchill Park is probably Auckland? Nope. Don't know. Answer's on a postcard. Anyway. Yeah. So... that's how the Oceania Champions League works, is that we move to another island for a few days. We play all our games in a pretty short space of time. We get out the groups, and then we go in sort of 2-phase knockouts, and we should be good for winning the Champions League. And then once we win the Champions League, we can start to seriously think about whether we stay in Tahiti, or whether we move to another continent entirely. We've not been anywhere apart from Oceania and Europe yet. So we could go to Africa, we could go to Asia, we could go to either America. I know all the continents. I've heard of all of the continents. I can name them. I went to primary school. I'm very well educated. How dare thee? How dare thee? Anyway, yeah. We could do anything we wish. We can go anywhere we wish. Almost anywhere we wish. Like, in terms of what we have loaded. Let's go competitions. We've got Egypt and South Africa. We've got China, India, Australia, South Korea. All of those European nations we could go to. We can go to Mexico or the US. We can go to Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, or Uruguay. So we could end up almost anywhere, although we are going to be reputation limited. We've got to obscure now. That's nice. We've got 2 trophies we've almost been heard of. So there could be options on the horizon. I'd like to think there's a good job waiting for us somewhere. Jimmy, will you accept being a backup? Excellent, you can be our cup goalkeeper. That's nice. I would have considered playing him all the time, but he doesn't know how to negotiate. That's not on me. Just have a little look at what is available. Ooh, it's going to be cup of tea time whilst I'm switching between games, I think. I might have to make a brew. Right, just have a look at what's available. There's still jobs going in Wales, but there's always jobs going in Wales. Gibraltar. Den Bosch in the Eerste Divisie could be a job we get. Pure Swansea. Pure Swansea. That's the Swansea University team for those who are unaware. Sleipner in Sweden. Montenense in Portugal. or we could go play for the Dumbarton job is still there. He's back there. They've sacked the guy that replaced us. We've got the option of going to Central Coast Mariners in the Ninja League. We could go be ninjas. I really fancy the idea of managing Südtirol at some stage. At some stage, either on stream or on the channel, I will do a save with Südtirol. They are a really interesting club. By which I mean, for those who don't geography Italy very well, Südtirol is a part of Italy next to the Swiss border that traditionally speaks German. It is where Gunther Steiner is from, the F1 figure, the former Haas boss, and most people don't understand that he is Italian despite the fact he has a German name. But Gunther Steiner is a Südtirolese player, human. I'm guessing the game doesn't do that kind of nuance very well. Just based on the fact that Enrico Palma came out of their youth team and is very much not a Südtirolese name. But yeah, I always thought it'd be interesting to build them a team full of German-speaking players, but I'm not going to do it now, because that would be a step too far. Let's have a look, see what happened at Dumbarton after we left, shall we? Because they've apparently had a bad time. They're currently 10th, which is just embarrassing, quite frankly. They are bottom of League 2. They are bottom of League 2 since we left. They would beg for us to come back right now. Bubba Samne is still there. Quinn Shooter is still there. Chuck Sokoli is still there. They have lost Yassine Ouattara. They've lost Yassine Ouattara. Let's have a little gander, shall we? A little gander at the routes. Has he been released? Lenny O'Sullivan's been released. Is Lenny O'Sullivan still on? Oh, Lenny. Come to Tahiti, Lenny. Do it. You know you love me. You've signed for me twice. Liam went and joined Lockhart Thistle. We had not left by then? We had left by then. Where did Yassine Ouattara go? Ali Roy left. Let's offer Ali Roy a trial, shall we? Louis Selfridge got a club. He's with Berwick. He's playing in England. Look at him. Look at him levelling up his game. Jeremy Ouattara. My boy. My boy. He's with Bowers and Pitsy. Well. I believe the window is still technically open. Who is manager of them? No one good. No one good. Let's... You've rejected... How dare you? Right. Oh, Jeremy, I thought we were friends, buds. Lenny, will you sign? No, it's not big enough stature in the game, Jeremy. Ali. Come on, Ali, you'll do it. Alright, Jesus, Ali. I know you weren't good for me before, but that's a harsh way of putting it. History is what we're looking for. So, they have managers. they've had a lot of new chair people. So they've got a new chairman, just come in. Presumably he came in and just sacked the boss, went, nah, chief, get out. But how do I find the manager history? There. Jesus. Since we left, they've had Scott Taggart. He lasted 222 days and got sacked with a 20% win rate. Ours was 35, just for the record. Mark Reynolds came in and had a 0% win rate as a caretaker. Then Stephen Craig came in for a 25% win rate. He did 2 years, but a 25% win rate. And then Big Mark's come back in and he's had a draw so far. So there you go. For the record, the guy we replaced also 25% win rate. So we are among their best managers in the history of the save so far. David Grigg got nothing. 26%. Yeah. I can safely say we're the best manager they've ever had. Another club we've left where realistically probably would have got more success had we stayed for another year, but we didn't. And we've stayed to greedily chase down this championship. And it doesn't look like a championship we're going to win. We do have to be AS Taravao in this game, because that's an 8-pointer, and there are 8 points between us and AS Taravao as I say that, so that means we have to win. Oh, it is going to be tea time whilst I'm switching between games and whatnot. That's going to be an almost certainty, just based upon, you know, life. Send assistant. Good. Right. So, one more game, and then some Scrandle. And then we'll have a cheeky little hour of zombies for all those who want to stay around for the zombieing. I said that so confidently, but I should change in staff what the press conference. I should, but I do occasionally do them. Occasionally, if it's a cup final, I'll probably do one. Just because it's a good opportunity to like G up the team. Or like if we got a really bad losing streak, I'll do one. I still haven't set up that Gagan. Let's do that now. Because it can't hurt. That one. I read Cup draw the transfer window, spirits for the yellow and stuff. Maybe, well, they probably will. They seem to be bowing now. They seem to be just accepting that's a thing we need. Right. Tavayari is going in goal. I don't hate that. Rigolo, Caramoko, Camacho, Fernandez, Jose Calvo, Goglino, Shang, Xiaoming, Luis, and Caracas, who presumably goes into the 10. He does. Excellent. Subwise, Lynham, of course. And ooh, Lord. Potter. Yeah, Potter. And then let's put right winger on the bench, shall I? No, I don't. I've got Potter there. Let's go for Rowland. Because I'm probably going to use Lynham at left back. It's a bit light in midfield, but we should be able to cope. Right. Just to be on the safe side, we will... Is Sydney good? Why hasn't he been playing? What have I been doing with my life? Perez can go off for quarter line, and that'll do us. Right, let's go with that. I'm feeling this. I'm feeling this. We're going to make the Gagan work. But we are going to go positive because we're not going to sit back against Olympic Mahina. And hopefully young Sydney, who's taken John Terry's number, is going to be the man who does the goalings. That's my prediction. He'll do the goalings. Right. Sure, I should have that set to assistant manager because I never do it. Talk to media. They find themselves in 8th. They are good. Good for them. Well done. Yep, lovely. Both planned. Oh, there we go. Kit with the knowledge. Can always rely on the kit dependent to get the scoop. That is a thing we can always rely on. The kit dependent will have the scoop. So that's fun. Right, let's go away anyway. Let's deploy the 4-2-3-1. Do a tactics. Get the goals. We're dominating. Look at that possession bar. That can keep going up. Just keep that somewhere near 90, boys, and we are laughing. We'd be laughing if we can keep it up in the 90% of possession. Goglino having a pop. We've got a corner. Everyone settle in for no corner. And 80+% possession so far. Oh, no, it's dropping. They're coming back into the game. Olympique. Heizu. Wow, that's a quality name. Heizu. Everybody say Heizu. Right, Calvo gives it away. Leonard. Bloody Lenny, back to Herring, over the top, and Heizu has successfully put the ball wide and been offside. And now we go back to dominating them again. Fernandez looks for Zhang Shaming. He's bloody big enough to see. I don't know how you didn't throw the ball to him. Camacho to Fernandez, back to Camacho. Cross to Karamoko, the lovely Ivorian. Jose to Guglino. Guglino through ball for Redigolo. Redigolo sets up a shot that does not go into the goal, which is a problem. But Zhang Xiaoming, our boy is on corners. He puts it in and he gets headed away. Guglino, come on, crossover. Crossover. Close. Close. We are pressuring them. We're pressuring them. Eduardo Luis on a 6.1 without missing a penalty. We've been somewhere in there and we've not seen it. He's missed an absolute sitter. He must have missed the open goal of the century to be on a 6.1. And I'm sort of glad I didn't see it, but also I'd have liked to have laughed at it because he must have missed from like 2 yards out to get a 6.1. He's on a 6.0. He's gone reds. My God. Right then. That wasn't good enough. Absolutely unacceptable. Cheeky and Shang, you've not been good enough. And Eduardo, buddy, I'm quite angry at how poorly you've played tonight. So do better. Just do better. Just pretend for like 10 minutes you're a footballer. I really sit down and just think like, what would Lionel Messi do? Would it be this? Because if it wouldn't be that, you shouldn't be doing it. Right, this isn't working, is it? It's our old friend Timotei, the shampoo. Raphael Keller, get your ass out on that pitch. Score us a goal, please. Please score us a goal. So over the top for Caracas. Caracas, Eduardo Luis has bloody scored the second I go to take him off. Excellent. He's going to come off now, having just scored. And I think that's the first goal we've ever seen out of Eduardo Luis. It's certainly in the first three. That's certainly in the first 3 goals we've seen from Eduardo Luis. But it's okay, because Big Raf's up top now. Big Raf will get the job done. Right, Camacho to Fernandez. Fernandez forwards for Shang Xiaoming, who's going to lay it back off for Fernandez for a cross. Guglino brought down for a pen, and you know what that means, boys and girls? That means it's time to make sure we've got a goalkeeper set up for penalties. We haven't. It's Big Raf Keller, but I'm sorry, buds. Tavayari takes our penalty today, and Tavayari is going to score. The Tahitian international goalkeeper, he's an international, so you know his quality, steps up to put it past the shampoo, and he puts it past the shampoo. Jimmy Tavayari says goodbye to coconut smelling hair, and it's 2-0. I will praise the boys because we're 2-0 up. Things are cooking now. And yes, I appreciate that Zhang Xiaoming's not having a great game and that Karamoko is booked, but we'll take the small things, we'll take the blessings, we'll take the little wins, because the little wins, they add up to big wins, and big wins is what we're looking for. That's what we're saying. Right, Zhang Xiaoming, my friend, you've done well today, but it's time to send in Big Roland. Mr. Fernandez, you're going to get replaced by Dez and Karamoko. We're going to have a look at Sydney, see what Sydney looks like. And we've got some tired legs out there as well. Who do I think has had a good enough game to deserve a rest? Let's send in Potter for Guglino, because Guglino's had a rare good game, and I'd like to preserve in amber that 7+ rating to encourage him to get back on form, because that's how FM understands form. So as long as we sub him off whenever he's at a 7, he'll play better and better and better. Oh, Taito Aroa is not doing well for them. That's a shame. But we don't care, because we are 2-0 up and about to cruise to victory. Talking of cruising to victory, by the way, let's have a little nosy at some of these results from around the ground. My God, AS Central Sport have beaten TRA 6-0, and Punaru have beaten Tairapu 7-4. A 6-0 and a 7-4 just happened in this league today. And yes, they were against 2 of the 3 worst teams in the league, but I think that's worth us marking as a thing that happened, is that there was a game with 11 goals in it. My God, this league is fun. This league is just fun, with the goals doing big goals for the goals. More importantly, Gillingham had a fan take over as fourth official, gave them 17 minutes of added time, and they... No. No. Wobbity, 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 woo. Kent Online. Local... Oh, Jesus Christ, there's so many pop-ups on Kent Online's WhatsApp. Why would I want to whitelist you? Just get off my friggin... Jesus wept. It's not letting me look at it because of my ad blocker, which is unfair. Okay, we'll get it working. So, Gillingham found local referee Will Campbell Rowe on his Call of Duty in League 2 match against Newport County at Priestfield. Milton Rec on Sunday morning found a world away from Priestfield for Gills fan and ref Will Campbell Rowe after his big moment a day earlier. Level 6 referee Will took charge of the Medway area Sunday League game between Real Madrid. Can we just... Real Madrid. Fantastic. And Swanscombe Tigers, less than 24 hours after finding himself in the thick of the action as the Gills pulled off a thrilling comeback. Fortunately, I know from Minster, Sheppy had often joked with his daughter and fellow Gills fan, also a qualified referee, that one day they'd be needed as an emergency official. That joke became a reality on Saturday. Was halted midway through the second half with the game poised 1-1. The assistant referee was injured. House was made in the PA system asking if anyone in the crowd was qualified to step in and help. Will say about 4 years ago we saw the story happening at a different game. We kept running joke between us every time I went to a game. I'd say to my daughter, have you got your good shoes on, because this might be the day you end up in the dugouts as the fourth official. She wasn't there at the weekend. When I saw what was happening, I thought it was hilarious. It was going to happen, and she wasn't there. Will offered his services. He was in the thick of it as Gills went 2-1 down, equalised with the penalty, and won the game in the 9th, the 17 minutes that were eventually added on. I sit in the back of the Spellway stand, could see what was unfolding. I knew they were going to make an announcement to ask for an official. I thought, am I going to do it or not? I had to go on an offer. How much is happening? I've got to go and do it. Told the referee I was level 6. He said, get over here, we need you. There wasn't time to check my credentials. It was as quick as that. So if anyone ever puts a call out for a referee, tell them you're level 6. They won't even question it. You'll get to be on the pitch. He was in jeans and trainers, had to look a little bit official, so squeezed into the jacket offered by the injured linesman, who was half his size. Dealt with a substitution, something about his son filming him, all sorts of stuff going on. I was in ref mode during the television with the commentary. I wanted to listen to the benches. I couldn't react, but it was hard when we went 3-2 up. There was a struggle. I really wanted to celebrate, but I couldn't. If I had done so, their bench might have gone mad. Excellent. Good stuff. Will went off to the referee's room after the game to give the match official some proper details. He said, I did say to Gills managing director Joe Comper, hopefully the extra 15 minutes added on helps kickstart the season. If it does, I'll take full credit. If it doesn't, it has nothing to do with me. What a lad. I sent Joe a picture of me on Sunday at Milton Rec. There was literally one man and a dog there. What a hero. What a hero. What a boy. Kit says 10 on 10. I agree. Decided to be a buyer of Belgian fullback centre-back project, who pretty much is a Noemi Carragher type utility player. Problems 5 strength and 17 never makes the girl suited for centre-back. Should probably be a 10 or to 12 at best. I only saw they equalised. The fact that was even funnier, absolutely. Even a jumping, heading and mentals ideal for centre-back. She's flawed in a way that screams, this isn't a starter. Well, Elodie, we're all flawed in our own way. Somehow. That's just life. Right, guys. You know what time it is. Eyes on the stream, eyes on the prize. Because when I can find the right bloody window for it, we are going to Scrandall. Yes, yes we are. Yes, yes we are. Right, let me move my Twitch control panel to somewhere I can see it whilst we do this. So, for those of you who are new, who haven't played this game before, and I hope you are new, and I hope you'll play the game before, we basically put up a poll in chat for left or right. It's a very simple poll. We ask the question, left or right, and you vote on the picture that you would most like to put inside your face hole. And by law of averages, we tend to come pretty good with our assessments of the Scran on offer. So, without any further ado, let's play Scrandall. Toronto FC are offering this lovely pork sandwich with crackling, where Leighton Orient are offering this pie, mash and liqueur. £7 or £10 for the pork sandwich with crackling. Everybody get excited and get your votes in chat right about now. Kit says has to be left. Liam says has to be left. I feel like it has to be left because right looks sloppy as shit. That looks like that's a thing you're wearing home. Like, without all that other, like, without so much of the liqueur, that could be a banger. But left looks good. And it is in Canadian. It's Toronto. Toronto FC. So it's sort of in both, really. Are we all saying left? Is everyone saying left? Left seems to be the consensus. People haven't voted yet, but it's okay. 20k for a utility player is a bargain. Absolutely agree. Any more votes for any more votes? The time is ticking away. Probably will have ticked away by the time you hear the words I just said, to be honest. But there we go, because I know how the delay works. We are saying left. Is Scrandall saying left? Absolutely it is. Next up, Cliftonville FC, which I'm pretty sure is Northern Ireland, not England, but we'll let it slide. Chips and nuggets with ketchup, £4.50. That's far too much ketchup. You've gone too far there, son. Or a cheeseburger and fries at the Olympics, which, sure, for £15. I'll be honest, that doesn't look like a terribly good burger. Let's put the poll up, shall we? Because the poll is how we vote. The poll is law. That's just what we do. We'll start the poll. We'll see what Chatto is saying. I think I'm going to go with left. Just because it's not 15 quid. Someone's going to have to make a deciding vote here. In the old chat. I would say left is better price-wise. It would be incredible if he hadn't decided that he just wanted to eat ketchup that day. But that cheeseburger looks like arse, to be honest. So, we're running out of time to vote, people. Vote at the top of chat so I can see a clear number, because I have got Kit saying right, Elodie saying left, Liam saying right. Burger looks like Burger King is a fair fact. We are tied. And I already voted. So, Rich, I believe you are leaning left. So, I think we'll go left. I'm assuming you didn't vote, or we've got more votes to the left either way. There we go. Right, we'll go left. And left is the winner. We are shocked. Pulled pork burger and hot dog, £5.50 for each at Hull. And that looks fucking grim. That looks like someone fucking fished that out of a toilet. So does that, to be honest. Or 10 sausages with chips and a drink at Whitehawk. Again, come up a lot. 7 whole English pounds I am inclined to say that is possibly the bargain of the week so far. I'm not sure I'd want to eat 10 sausages, I've got to be honest, but if I was to oh shit, I voted left and I meant to vote right. Don't be swayed by me, I'm just a fucking idiot. I've got to adjust that in my head. Right, Rich is saying left. Oh no, we're saying right for Liam. We're saying right for Elodie. I am saying right despite what I put in the vote. Ignore me. Any more for anyone? Oh, we've got another vote for left. We're tied again. We're tied again. Oh, there we go. We're all going left, apparently. Everyone's going left. We're saying left. Left loses. Jesus, fuck that burger. With all apologies to our dear friend Ank, the Brighton fan. Next time she's over this side of the Atlantic, can we arrange for her to teach these people how a burger should look? Because that looks like arse. That's the most disgusting burger I've seen in quite some time that was at least cooked. I think we're all just going to agree right on this one, because the Jumbo hot dog, don't get me wrong, it doesn't look incredible, but it doesn't look like shit. That's it. Next time Ank is live, just tell her we saw the food at Brighton and she might want to consider either changing clubs or teaching them how to cook beef. Because that looks like shit. I like the single sad gherkin. You either have to commit to the gherkin or not put the fucking thing in there. Also, where is the cheese? Everything about this is wrong. Like, this looks like what you'd find if you Google blue waffle, but bless them, they've tried. Thank you for the follow, Sun Skull Dream. Welcome. We are currently playing Scrandle, so welcome in. I believe the consensus is going to be right for the old smash kebab, and there we go. We've agreed that that is a thing that we shall be doing, which is beautiful. Not smashing a kebab, that would be disgraceful. So we're saying left or right here for the Angus beef cheeseburger with waffle fries from Melbourne City. Well played, lads. That looks incredible. Fair fucking play. Bamber Bridge, meanwhile, are offering a peppered steak pie for £6 whole. This one, Liam, gravy on chips, mate. You've not lived. You've not lived. Gravy on chips is the way forward, but the burger with waffle fries is swaying me. Liam, you cannot beat chips and gravy, mate. You can't beat it. It's just not possible. Left is Angus beef. Kit's voting left, but you've... yeah, it's fair. Chips and gravy are of the north, and they look okay. Absolutely bloody right, Rich. Absolutely bloody right. I'm still saying left. Has everyone still voted in the number? I'm going by numbers because it's a bit easier. So if you've not put a number in a vote in the votey thing at the top, please do. Otherwise, I'll just get confused. I'm guessing Kit saying left, Elodie saying left, Rich is saying right. I said left. I'm guessing Liam's saying left because he's disgusted by the idea of gravy on chips. Feel like we need to make Liam try gravy on chips. I think we convert him. I do think we convert him. I think that's a probability that we'd convert him. Alright, we've got a Shapiakake Shishalami from Poland at Lechia Warszawa, which I'll be honest, looks fucking incredible. It's basically half a baguette turned into a pizza, which is fucking amazing. Or we have a sausage in lompe from Skeid in Norway, which again looks pretty scram. I'll be honest, I think this is this is not a contest of Scran or no Scran. This is a contest of Scran or Scran, quite frankly. Any graves belongs on a roast dinner. Oh, mate. Shapikanka is a thing I think I can get behind as a human being. It is £3.80 for that giant pile of food. I'm not sure what's going on underneath them. I assume that's snow or like soap bubbles from like cleaning. But it does look a little bit like he's been bukkakied. Sausage in lompe. I'm not against the idea of sticking a sausage in a wrap, but the guy I'm talking to hates gravy in general. Kit. Don't put yourself through that, Kit. Don't do it. Okay, did I vote? I think I voted. Snows in Poland? It does. Kit voted left. We've got a left, a right, I'm guessing Elodie's saying left. Liam, were you saying left or right? I'm assuming you said right, judging by the votings. Yeah, it does snow in Poland. So, I don't know if I've told this story before. When I did the passport to Poland series, when I went to Schloss, Liam's saying, right, okay, I think I didn't vote. It's fine. When I went to Poland, it was partly because, as well as like I let a random holiday app choose my holiday, but also when I saw it was in the middle of it's the hottest summer we'd had in years. I thought I'll go to Poland. Poland's cold, right? Because in my head, Poland's cold. Anyway, so I left miserably hot 28-degree England in search of the Polish cold, and I found a 32-degree Poland, and I was not a happy bunny. Right, I'm going to go with left to break the tie, so we're going to go left because I think more food is more food, and I'm a fat bitch. So, buttermilk chicken burger tray for £11 at Brentford. Fucking Brentford again. Guys, can we all just become Brentford fans? Can we just agree we're all Brentford fans now? On the basis of their food just looks fucking incredible. Or we can have unidentified food, which is in fact a chicken kebab filled with chips. Presumably that is garlic mayo, or they're doing it wrong. But that's at the Cricket, and it cost £11.40. So, you know, we have to maybe Cricket tax it a little bit. The burger looks incredible. Liam says left. Did I not start that poll? I am that stupid. No, it's running. Allegedly. I can't see it in chat, but it's allegedly running. I think we're all saying left anyway. Left. Fucking hell. Really? Really, people? Is that really a thing we're doing? Is that a thing we've decided to do now? We're just going to go for unidentified food. Fuck me. Right. Troon FC, who I'll let them off because they're Scottish, but I never want to hear or say the word troon on stream again. £3.50 for a steak and gravy pie. Or pork dumplings at Wellington Phoenix, 10 for 9 whole English pounds. I think this is a tough one, but it's a steak and gravy pie. Left has more gravy, which is entirely fair. I don't know why the poll didn't work, but it didn't work. It's a lot of steak. It's a quality pile of steak. I think we're all saying left again. I will say, these dumplings don't actually look undercooked. So dumplings, when they're done properly, should look like this. Apart from this little burn bit where it's just been in a wok too long. This is pretty much how dumplings should be served. Like, it is a spot on dumplings, but that pie is £3.50. And if nothing else, I'm cheap. Oh my lord! All right, guys, we've hit peak Aria. This is a choice that I'm not sure my life was ready to have happen. I'm not sure my life was ready to have this happen because whilst I openly admit to being a fat bitch, £2.50 for a waffle. Yes, the Nutella could be spread better. It loses marks for that because you do have. If you're going to put Nutella on a waffle, you have to heat the Nutella and then pour it on. That's pro tip. But San Etienne, £2.50 for a waffle with Nutella is a banger. £7.80 for fried chicken and chips at Wellington Phoenix is a good price, but those chips look anemic as fuck, and there's not enough of them. Now, had those chips been cooked well enough that I could trust the chicken, I'd be saying right, without the weird jizz in the corner. And the Nutella waffle, despite not having nearly enough Nutella on it, or the Nutella not being melty enough, still looks pretty fucking crazily good. Both have failed Rich because they provided no gravy. I can't help with that. I think we're saying left. Did everyone vote? I assume everyone voted. We're going to go left. What? Fuck me. People disappoint me. Alright, Watford are offering a pepperoni pizza for £11.95 of your English pence. Meanwhile, we can get a katsu chicken with chips from Hull, which I think we've had come up before. Actually, I think it lost out our vote. But another day, another dollar, another vote. I am going to say I'm torn because this does look good, despite the weird green shit on top of it. It does look good. But I'm thinking, if I'm at the football, right, that's a hench fucking. I don't need to eat for the rest of the day if I munch that down, right? Whereas this, it's a nice half-time snack. Pepperoni pizza is in fact allowed to not have gravy. That's just science. Like, the katsu looks great. It does. The pizza doesn't look fantastic, but I think, like, for the money to. Like, for the value, the pizza looks great. But we'll go with chat. So, chat is... the vote is saying 50-50, but I have voted. So, Rich and Elodie have said left. Liam has said right. Kit has said right. I voted left. We could be wrong. We're going left. Fuck. 95% went on the old katsu, though. Wow. Harry, welcome, thank you. I just saw you in chat. Welcome. I was so focused on the scrandal. And it was a scandal. So, Elodie is painfully cheap and French, hence the waffle vote. Right. So, I'm going to take a little break. It's going to be like 10 minutes because I've eaten already. So it's not going to be a big break. We'll come back. We'll do an hour-ish of zombies. I'm literally going to have a cigarette and make a cup of tea, I would imagine. It's probably how this is going to go. And then we'll come back for zombies. So if you are watching on YouTube, I do apologise. I know Harry has just joined us, but we are gonna leave YouTube. But I hope everyone who watched the VOD enjoyed our lovely game of Scrandle. Because we love a Scrandle. I'm trying to find the YouTube so I can actually end the stream, and I cannot find it to save my life because it was on the other fucking tab. Alright, thank you YouTube, you've been lovely, we love you all, we'll see you soon. Thank you much for being here, and to our lovely family on Twitch.